This is a perfect day for being outside for working. I didn't realize it was clouding up when I decided to do this today, so this worked out good. So for reference, there's my hand for size. So it's got a bunch of anything from there down to kind of, I'd call this coarse sand. I think it's good for this kind of work though. I don't need super fine sand. So what I did is 6 shovels of the mix between the fine and the coarse sand and a little bit of gravel. And then I'll do about 1 shovel of Portland. So here's the second part of it. This is the water hydrant that feeds back into the system. I've always wanted to do a masonry type pillar to support this thing. So the first batch I'm going to pour just into the bottom and make a base. I might do 2 batches to brace it up. I want to at least cover the PVC pipe there. Okay. Build from. Not so good, but whatever. I think I'm going to let this sit for an hour, just to let it kind of set up a little bit. It's going all right though. When I say sit an hour, I might wait till tomorrow too. Yeah, I got to work on how do you smooth it in there, but I think later if I mix up a really light sandy mix, maybe I can force it into the cracks a little better. Not that I really worry about it too much, but that might stiffen it up a little bit too. Get it in the best light. I was going to do a rock layer on top. I'm like, you know what, if I smooth it out, kinda, the water would tend to shuffle off it or shed off it. That's the word, shed off it. If we can keep it from getting water inside, that's the problem. If you get moisture inside and then it freezes, it'll just explode. That's why they fail. Not as much of a problem here though. So I don't know. I may go back and clean up some of the chinks later. Probably not, honestly. Okay, so as soon as I got that done, I'm like, well, you know, you're already kind of set up, you're in the mood, or whatever, right? So we might get some clouds. We'll see. So I decided to do this. So that is, last count, 2 bags of ready mix as the base layer. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Fingers. Yeah, all I wanted to do today was walk down the driveway and pick up some sand and gravel that are down there, so. Been watching this for a while. It's been getting worse. I'd say it's about done. There's a tube. I think that tire cost close to what I paid for the wheelbarrow. You know, and that's what kind of kills you. It's like, okay, you can get the cheap wheels like Harbor Freight $4 wheels, you know, which is what I'm going to put on here, and they'll last you for a little while. Or you go buy a proper wheel, it'll cost you $20. Well, you can get car tires for $20. That's just wrong. Not all the way. So I'm going to save the pieces of this in case I decide later to... The wheel itself is bent though, but if I decide later I want to switch this back, I want to save everything. So I've got this piece of threaded rod. Oh, I did mark the center point, that's good. These brackets to hold it back down again. Against that, sticking out. I'm not going to cut these off, I'm going to leave them long. That should be fine. So if I get a flat washer against that. Yeah, I don't want to cut these off. Since this is a temporary solution kind of thing. There we go. This would be a really good place for a cotter pin, so you could set the tension and then put a pin in it. But I think for today that'll be good enough, so we'll do the same on the other side. Alright. That's going to take some getting used to. And this is done. I remember watching one of those home improvement shows and they were talking about making a step, and one of the things they said is don't over trowel it. So yeah, Home Improvement Show said don't over trowel it because that brings too much of the sandy mix to the top, and you don't have as much strength in that. So you want to leave more. You know, if you leave a little bit of gravel sticking out, even that makes it stronger. Plus, you get a little more traction. So I just lightly skimmed it, and this is how it ended up. So I'm like, well, maybe I overdid it already. I didn't really try too hard. But the rocks went down and the smooth stuff came up. So it'll come up. It'll end up looking nicer, but it won't last. How do you even say that? It won't be as durable. Okay, not gonna worry about it too much. Bees are all happy. I don't know. Sometimes you see them swimming around. You almost think they're doing it on purpose. Anyway, they're hitting it pretty good. So I should have taken this off a few days ago, actually. Just kind of forgot. So this was poured, I forget, a few days ago. So to make it a little stronger, I just shoveled sand up around it. That'll kind of keep the concrete from pouring out the bottom. Knowing I need to be able to get to them. Oh, good. Okay. Behind, because I didn't want to have this attached to the house, these are just dropped in there, and you can probably see the black pipe down there. Box someplace or anything. Yeah, that should work. Bonus points, if this thing stays together, I'll just reuse it on the front step. Not worrying about remaking it. There we go. Awesome. There's a big gap there you'd rather not have. Alright, that's it for that one.